Best of Metal 2025. It is the end of the year, so you guys know it is time for the Best of Metal videos to come out. I do this video every year. It's pretty simple. It's nothing crazy like Nick Nocturnal Awards or anything like that. It's pretty simple. I just sit here and tell you guys what I think were the best, what the Best of Metal was. 2025 was a really good year for metal and rock music, so this is very difficult to make. We are going to be doing a few different categories, starting off with top 10 best songs of 2025. Then we'll move on to the top 10 choruses, then the top 10 breakdowns, top 5 music videos, top 5 albums, top 5 vocalists. Then we'll also be doing best non-metal song of the year, then collab of the year, and band of the year. Those are our categories for today's Best of Metal 2025 video. I hope you guys enjoy this. But by the way, these answers in these categories are not based off of a voting system or anything. These are my personal opinions on what I thought were like the top 10 best songs. So this is not like a statistic by any means. Like, these are literally what I thought were the best of metal this year. It was very hard to make this list because there were so many good songs and everything. I had, like, every time I reacted to a song that I thought was amazing, I'd put it on this list. And just this morning, I went through the whole list and had to cut a bunch of them out. There was like 100 songs on there, and I had to pick 10 of them. So it was very difficult to do all of these categories. But if you guys disagree with my answers for these categories, comment yours down in the comments down below. Tell me what your best song of the year was, best breakdown, and whatnot. But without further ado, let's get into the top 10 best songs 2025. Alright, so you guys just saw the first 9 of the top 10 songs, and now for the final best song of 2025, in my opinion, was Fit for a King, No Tomorrow.
Let the fire climb! Our cries are growing thin like a blinding light. Let's lost this oxygen. Hold on tightly to our last breath. This beauty in our trance with death. Feel the choke. And death wrapped in around us.
This song is just so amazing, being like not technically the first single for their latest album, but it was the single that really kicked off this album cycle because Technium came out so long ago. This felt like the very first single. The music video is epic. The choruses are great. the verses, the production, the breakdown. This song is definitely my song of the year. These were my personal opinions, but these could change. You know, if I were to make this video tomorrow, I might change up this order. I might take some of these songs out and replace them with others. It's really difficult to pick only 10 songs of such a big year for metal. So yeah, there's my top 10 best songs of 2025. Let's move on. Alright, so there were the first 9 of the top 10 best choruses of 2025, and it's going to be a repeat for me. My favorite chorus of the year was No Tomorrow by Fit for a King, my song of the year. I know it's pretty boring, but I love that chorus, and that's mostly why it's my favorite song of the year. So yeah, best chorus, best song, No Tomorrow, Fit for a King. Now we got top 10 best breakdowns of 2025. This was really difficult. There were so many cool breakdowns. It doesn't help that I don't react to a whole lot of deathcore or hardcore or anything. So I'm sure there was a lot of breakdowns this year that I missed out on that I didn't put in this list. So I know a lot of you guys are going to be critiquing this because I know there's way better breakdowns out there that I just haven't heard. But out of everything I heard this year, these were my top 10 best breakdowns.
I fucking told you, cunts! You're nothing but a body bag!
And for my favorite breakdown of 2025, it is Left for Good by Bad Omens. I know Bad Omens isn't a super heavy band, and some of these breakdowns on this list are really cool, but this breakdown on that song is insane, especially the second drop is so crazy. Bad Omens isn't a band I come to typically for breakdowns, but this breakdown is so infectious and so cool, so it's definitely my breakdown of the year. Top 5 music videos of 2025. This is a category that I'm sure a lot of people don't really care about, but I'm super into camera work and the production of music videos and whatnot. And I love watching behind the scenes videos of bands that make music videos and put out behind the scenes videos for them. And I just love the creation of videos, and being a content creator, I appreciate it a lot more than a typical listener might. So here are my top 5 music videos of the year.
Someone like you, and hold your breath as your body takes it to the depths. I refuse to start a play for me.
This might be a controversial one, but my favorite music video of 2025 was The Laugh Track by Ice9 Kills. Yeah, a lot of people weren't super into this song in the music video, and a lot of people were calling it corny and cringy and whatnot. But I think their music videos are obviously so well done, and they just keep getting better and better, and the production is undeniably amazing. I mean, the amount of cast and extras and crew members and the CGI and the effects and everything, it's insane. The acting, like, they put so much in their music videos. Even if you don't like the songs, you gotta admit how much work goes into those videos. So The Laugh Track by Ice9 Kills, definitely my music video of the year. Okay, moving on to the top 5 albums of 2025. This one is a difficult one because I react to a bunch of albums, but I react to older albums. So as far as albums that actually came out in 2025, there wasn't a whole lot of them that I checked out. When I had this list written down, I only had 15 albums wrote down. So I had to pick 5 out of those 15. And it was pretty difficult, but it wasn't as bad as like picking the top 10 song. So here are my top 5 albums of 2025. Starting off in the 5th spot, it is Flowers by The Devil Wears Prada. This album got a lot of hate. A lot of fans weren't super into it, and I reacted to it on my channel, and I was blown away with it. There were a few songs on the album that didn't stick with me, but overall, that album was a really good experience. The production's so great. The vocals are great. The instrumentation's great. The artwork and everything. I was really surprised with this album after hearing so many people critique it and hate on it, and I really loved it. The next album is Tsunami Sea by Spiritbox. This is an album that didn't really stick with me too much. I reacted to it when it came out. I reacted to all the singles, and I remembered really enjoying the album, but it didn't stick with me. I didn't listen to much of it after it came out, so I had to give it a little bit of a re-listen this morning and like skim through it. And I was like, man, this album's really good. So I put it in the 4th spot on the top 5 albums.
Just one step away to lose control of my rage, like a virus running on in my veins. I can't numb the pain. I reckon stuff away my mind of your name.
Number 3 is Anti-Fragile by All That Remains. All That Remains is a metalcore band that gets pretty overlooked and doesn't get a lot of hype, even though they're one of the classic metalcore bands from the 2000s, and they have huge metalcore records. Their latest album cycle was super overlooked and underrated, and all of the singles were so great, and the whole album was amazing, and I've dug it. It was really good. The second best album of 2025, in my opinion, was Another Miracle by Of Mice and Men. I just did a full album reaction to this album on the channel. I loved it, especially after their last album, Tether. I feel like they really upped their game with Another Miracle. It was really good. It was a really good album, and I'm super happy with it. There's not a whole lot to say. If you guys want to like hear what I actually think of these songs and these albums, go try and find them on my channel, because I've reacted to everything that's on this video. I've reacted. Now for my album of the year, I think it's probably no surprise to you guys, but it is Lonely God by Fit for a King.
I can feel it tearing at my skin, waiting for the time to take me in. So tell me your secrets, give me a reason to offer up my life.
I mean, this album's amazing, man. Like, the singles were so great, the features were so great, the production. I loved The Hell We Create was the most recent Fit for a King album before this one. I loved it, but this album blew that album like out of the water, man. Like, Lonely God is so good. Every single song is so good. Yeah, Lonely God by Fit for a King is my album of the year. All right, now we got my top 5 vocalists of the year. This is not going to be so surprising. I'm going to go through this really quick. In the 5th spot, it is Phil from All That Remains. I think he did really good. The production on his vocals were so good on their recent album. He was doing so many different high screams and low screams and different styles of singing, and he has a very unique voice in modern metalcore. So I definitely go with Phil for All That Remains. Then we got I Prevail, Eric. I know a lot of people various opinions on the latest I Prevail album and where the band is going and whatnot, but there is no denying that Eric took a huge step up in the band, taking over as the main vocalist and filling in for Brian's part in the band. And he did the screaming, the singing, and the lyric writing all on his own. And I think he did amazing. Whether you like the album or not, I think there's no denying that he really stepped up and did great. I mean, I don't like particularly love the album because of like the lyrics and whatnot, but as a vocalist, he killed it, man. It took some guts like stepping up like that, and I think he did great. Now the 3rd best vocalist of 2025, in my opinion, is Brian from Currents. They did not release a whole lot of music this year. They just came out with a 6-track EP, but that EP, man, Brian put his ass into it, man. He is such a good vocalist, and I love everything he did on that EP. He has such a great clean voice. His lows are insane. His highs, he went off on that EP, and he is a very underrated vocalist, and I think he gets a little outshined by the rest of the talent in the band, but he's a very, very talented vocalist, and I love what he did on that EP. The second best vocalist of 2025, in my opinion, was Aaron Pauley of Mice and Men. I mean, he's been one of my favorite vocalists for a long time. I really admire him, and he inspires me a lot when it comes to writing my own music and doing my own vocals. But he did really great this year. I feel like he did a lot of different stuff, as he does every album. But on Another Miracle, I feel like he was doing a lot of different screaming styles. There's a lot of different production on his screaming. His singing was great as always. He had some crazy different screams across that album that we hadn't really heard from him before. And I think he kills it every year, so I had to put him in here. It's getting pretty predictable at this point, but my vocalist of the year was Ryan Kirby from Fit for a King. Dude, I mean, he's just so talented. He's been such a talented vocalist from their debut album. He does great on every single album, but this new record is insane. I mean, the different low screams he was doing and like the full screaming choruses like on the title track Lonely God, and the deathcore vocals, it was just crazy, man. And the screaming on Begin the Sacrifice and No Tomorrow. I mean, he's insane. He is an insane vocalist. Definitely one of my favorite vocalists of all time, and definitely my best vocalist of the year. All right, we got 3 categories left. The next one is the best non-metal song of the year. I'm giving this to NF and his song Fear. You guys watching this are probably super into rock and metal, so you might not know NF or listen to him, but his latest EP was great, and the song Fear is beautiful. The whole outro to that song is like a cinematic masterpiece, and that song grew on me so much since it came out. So that's definitely the best like non-metal song of the year in my opinion. Now we got collab of the year. This song I do not listen to a whole lot, but there's no denying that it was like the coolest collab that happened this year. There was a bunch of cool collabs. There was Slaughter to Prevail and Baby Metal. There was Fit for a King and Chris Motionless. There were some cool collabs, but this one I think was the coolest thing, and it was when every lie was kept so close, but mother gave what I chose. I mean, this song was so cool. I remember reacting to it and just being like, wow, this is like crazy. This is even happening. These 3 badass like women, like front women, they're all so cool in their own ways, but they all fit together so well. And that song came out so well. And I feel like there isn't a collab that's cooler than that. Like no one saw that coming, and it ended up going nuts. Now for the very last category, it is Band of the Year. You guys know I don't even need to say it. Fit for a King, man. I think they really just destroyed with that album. If you guys saw my full album reaction to Lonely God, I really enjoyed it, but I wasn't like super blown away like I thought I was gonna be, because the singles really hyped up that album for me. And then when I heard it on first listen, it wasn't as crazy as I thought it was gonna be based off the singles. But after listening to it several times since it came out, every single song is so amazing. It has such a great flow to it, and the features and Ryan Kirby and everything about the album is so good. So Fit for a King was definitely my band. I also saw them live, which helped. They were incredible live, one of the best live bands that I've seen. So Fit for a King, best band of the year. This was my 2025 Best of Metal video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I kind of flew through this. Like I said, answer these categories down in the comments down below. Tell me your top 10 songs, top 10 breakdowns, top 10 choruses, best band, best album. Do all of that down in the comments down below, or join the Discord server and talk about it in there with us. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm excited to see what's to come in 2026 in terms of music and this channel. I hope you guys stick around to, I hope you guys are here for Best of Metal 2026. I think next year is going to have some bangers. We're going to get New Motionless and White, Bullet for My Valentine. So many bands are going to be dropping. It's going to be amazing. So I'm happy to see you guys there and hope to see you guys there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and all of my videos from this year, and I'll see you all in the future.